The first time that I taught English as a second language online, it was an absolute disaster. I clicked all the thumbnails and opened up all the little mics for all the students because I just did it automatically without thinking. There was this unholy electrical noise, interference noise. There was voices, there was noise in the background. There was cats meowing in the background. There was all kinds of people turning on water taps and eating sounds because the students were all doing things in the backgrounds because normally all their microphones are switched off. It's not like I could stop. I had to keep teaching as if nothing was wrong. In the meantime, I'm glancing over to my right where the Skype was, and the school, they have the recruitment officer, was on the Skype saying, shut the mics. And I'm reading this shut the mics, and I'm trying to also, while I'm reading that, read the template and still take the lesson because these students were all there, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. And then all of a sudden it dawned on me, yes, shut the mic. So I started shutting down the mics of all the students. I got to 30 minutes of the lesson and I was just so overwhelmed and thought to myself, oh my God, what am I doing? This is absolute torture. And I still had the person on Skype from the school sending me little messages just saying this and that and, you know, making some suggestions. And I'm like, whoa, this is so overwhelming. And it completely freaked me out. And by the time the lesson was over, I was just like, that's it. I never want to do that again. But I realized afterwards, I went away and, you know, from my TESOL training, I did a self-assessment and I sat down and I thought about it. What went wrong? Why did this happen? How can I do this better? And made myself up a list because, you know, this is what you learn in a TESOL course to do, is to go back and look over how you can improve. So I did that and I realized that all the things that went wrong were things that, despite having had the training, despite having been given all the information from the recruitment from the school, I hadn't had any practice, and that was my first go. And yes, it was really, really hard, but now that I knew where I went wrong, I could fix it. So the next lesson was the next night. I knew what to do. I had everything prepared, the same as before. I didn't open the mic, and the lesson was just done like that. It felt like 10 minutes. So I got off and I'm like, that was amazing. It was a learning curve and it was completely new to me. And I hadn't had a good experience with technology because in those days you didn't do online teaching. So this was all pretty new. That's why in the TESOL courses that we have at TESOL Australia, our international courses, we have a unit teaching online. This unit is vital. It'll explain to you about the technology gap. It'll explain to you the good, the bad, the ugly, what can go wrong. And it does go wrong. And don't be daunted by that. Part of this unit is practice 6 30-minute sessions with an actual online school. So you get that process without burning a job opportunity because this is part of your training.